Hola, 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 guys. Welcome back to my channel. Igama lam Oooollllaaaa Gqeberha, but you can call me Oooollllaaaa G. And I'm alone today, unfortunately. I'm assuming that you guys can actually hear by my voice that I am a bit under the weather. And it's a bit where you flu, guys. And I COVID though. So anyway, guys, based on our last interaction, where it was just solemnly just myself and you guys, Dan's story time, and you guys thoroughly enjoyed that. Thank you for that also, guys. We did try something new, and then the engagement and the responses that we got from you guys was amazing. Did I say that I'm your host today? In fact, I'm your host today. So anyway, today I'm back again with another story time. We're trying this thing out, guys. We're trying this out because clearly you guys do enjoy it. So let us go. Okay, let me just go through some things that I wanted to go through before the video. I did send I did say thank you for the engagement. I thoroughly appreciate it, guys. And then secondly, I did mamela and then actually listen to myself and I was selfish. I was selfish because I focus on Xhosa and about my Xhosa speaking people, and then I neglect everyone else, and that's no subtitles. So moving forward, I'm gonna try by all means to speak as much English as I can. But and as well, guys, this is a war now. I'm gonna try my best. So obviously I have my frutana. I've got my drink with me to keep me company. You drink it. I couldn't eat my husband doing most. So after my first story time where I spoke about Gqeberha, oh my gosh, you guys went so wild about that. I do appreciate the comments and everything. Then you guys mentioned you guys are interested in Gqeberha point too. So let's get right into it. Okay, so I did mention also, should it be you are watching this video and you did not watch Lega Gqeberha yoqala, pause right now. Pause and go watch that story time, because now I was Gqeberha point two in Doni. Yeah, understand? So pause and go watch that first story, and then come back and finish off the story. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay. Now that we are done with all of that, so I mentioned on the first story that Gqeberha point two ndidibene naye ne after Gqeberha point one, right? And when I did meet, I was walking from my work to where I was staying, which is at Wendy's place. It's quite a distance, so there is quite a walk that I have to do for me to actually go back home. So, and that's not everyday life. There's a walk that I have to do. So I do get those chances where people give me lifts, or I meet someone I know and who takes me home and so forth. So Gqeberha point two was one of those people who gave me a lift, to take me home. Also, guys, come on, Andy, I'm not condoning any weirdness, especially in this day and age, but again, this is how the story went. Okay, so he gives me a lift, he takes me home, and then we do the whole exchanging names and so forth. That's when I realized he shares the same name as Gqeberha point one. I saved his number as that, but then even when I was saving his number, I told myself, this guy, I'm not calling, I'm not answering. The one thing about me, I'll take your number and I'll save it. But what I will not do, I'm saving it because when you call me, I don't want to pick it up. I don't want to do those weird things. Like, who am I speaking to? And then you're like, oh, you're speaking to who's Banbani? And then I'm like, rather I just not pick up. And that's just the honest truth. Rather I just not pick up. So anyway, I remember his name in that manner. Nyani, he calls me, I don't pick up and so forth. And then he just stops. And then fast forward to the following year. That probably happened towards the end of the year. So the following year, I see him again. Now I see him by my workplace. And he was like, hey, beep, 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 yo, wena, type of thing. Kenyani, he's like, let me take you home. Don't. Okay, sure. And he does a whole thing where he's like, listen, what happened to you? I thought, I went on phone. Don't. I've been trying to call you, WhatsApp and everything. We do the whole bit of, listen, if I know your name, then what's gonna happen is like, I'll get you lunch and go home. So it's like, sure, okay. Your name is Gqeberha, blah blah blah. And then he gets so happy, guy, gets happy and is some on. Oh my gosh, yo, ikhumbule. Yeah, men are weird. Men are genuinely weird. Anyway, so then okay, now we have an arrangement of, listen, he's gonna get me lunch the following day. He drops me off at my place, and then he leaves. He calls me the following day on some listen, what do you want to eat? I'm here, but there's a mall close to my work. So he's like, listen, I'm here, what must I get you? And then I was like, just get me anything, because also I don't know his pocket, I don't even know him, so I'm just like, whatever. And then he's like, okay, there's a Nando's here, I'll get you Nando's. I was like, sure. Also, guys, Nando's is expensive. I don't go out of my way just to buy you Nando's. So I'm just like, sure, boy. No, yeah, bro. So then Nyani, he's like, okay, sure, I'll get you Nando's. Nando's. And he's like, Upuma bani. Oh no. And then he brought it. Yes, he brought the lunch. He's like, okay, hi Baba, here's your lunch. No. Upuma bani, I'll come fetch you and whatnot. So he started doing that. He started being that guy. He started being the guy who fetches me from work and takes me home. He's still courting me. So I allowed it, guys. Free transport, free lunch sometimes. I mean, I started being that guy. So that whole week he would bring me lunch from Steers, from Nando's, from Rocco Mama's. He was that guy. Like, okay, cool. And honestly, I'm not interested in him in that sense, so I'm not really sussing out what type of person he is or who he is in general. So now I'm just enjoying the benefits of him actually just liking me. Yeah, well, okay, fine. Now, okay, so this happens for a week, for 2 weeks. This happens for a week or so, actually. Yes, so the second week, I'm just like, hey, look, he's nagging me now. Like, I'm just like, hey, don't know what to do with him. I'm just like, Funandoni, duktini ngoku ndimthini. So anyway, people that are from Cape Town, or people that are actually staying in Cape Town, they will know that Rand's Cape Town has what's it called? Something where too on Thursdays where they sell food, like traditional food, ulusuntoni, mleqwa, and all of that. I forgot what it's called. Don't delight. I forgot what it's called. And then so he wanted to do that. He was like, listen, I'm going to, and that happens like in the afternoon. I'm at work, so that happens in the afternoon. He wanted to go get the food. Apparently he eats that food every Thursday, so that's his supper for him. So he wanted to get me some, so I was like, okay, no, I wouldn't mind mleqwa, because I really enjoy mleqwa. So like, I wouldn't mind mleqwa, please just get me that. And he's like, okay, cool, you'll get me that and he'll come fetch me from work and then he'll take me home. Honestly, guys, the other thing that made me keep on entertaining this guy, is the fact that all he wants is just time. Literally, all he wants is just my time and attention. He's not those weirdos where he's like, let's go to my place, come, don't be cheesy, and all those weird stuff that men do. Yeah, he's just like, yo, can I just see you 2 minutes? I'll come see you. You come out and chill for 2. He's that guy. He's like, gaga. And unfortunately, sinjalo thina mos sifuna aba baza ghosta, asifuni aba. abazakuphatha kahle can miss me. Funa lose and ghost and funa net lo kuthiwa hayi somila ndithi ewe funa lo funa hayi lo kuthiwa hayi ndithi ewe ngathi ewe naye ethi ewe it's not gonna work. So anyway, so he was that guy. So that's the other thing that just made me keep him around, because I'm just like, ugh man, he was that guy. Convenient. It's very convenient. So anyway, Thursday he calls me and he was like, yo, listen, I'm going to my place. His place. Going to my place. You wear the achincha and so he wants to quickly go take a jacket. I'm still at work. He quickly wants to go take a jacket at his place and then go to Rand's. He's a bit late now for the food. He just hopes afike ukutya kusekhona and so forth. And Funi mna azonthatha from work, and then we both go to Rand's. So I'm like, no, I can't go to Rand's with work clothes. I will. You us. I'm like, no. And he's like, no man, we'll just chill and have a few beers. It's Thursday, we'll chill and have a few beers. So I was like, no man, just go, yeah boy. And then he calls me again after 15 minutes. It's like, yo, traffic is a mess, because he also stays in Gqeberha. And he's like, listen, traffic is a mess. Rather I just get you, I take you to your place, you change, you change while we're still waiting for traffic to go down, and then we go to my place, I get the jacket, and then we drive. So I'm like, okay, perfect, that works for me. It's a Thursday. Then I get to my place, I quickly change. We go to his place, he goes up, he goes fetch a jacket. Siyambe. Still no funny business, guy is fine. Siyambe. And I'm thinking to myself, should I give this guy a chance? Like, I'm just like conflicted. I'm like, what's happening? Like, God, what are you doing? What's this you're doing? I was like so confused, guys, because I'm just like, dinga yeki ibambo lam apa go by, pass me by, because I'm funny. Like, it's like fun man eventually. So anyway, I was just like, no, I'm gonna like, should I give this guy a chance? Like, what must happen? Okay, fine. He calls his friend. His friend also, so now all of a sudden, he calls his friend, and his friend was gonna go there with his girlfriend. Now we would double date up Tileland. And honestly, at that time, I really didn't mind. Or, like, I mean, no problem, guy, because I'm just like, ugh, whatever. And then his friend gets there before us, because traffic from our side going there was hectic. The friend gets there and asks us what to drink and whatnot, and so forth, and what's left. And there was like stew and blah blah blah. So he orders everything that was convenient and what we wanted. Okay, so then we get there. Rand's is nice. Oh, friend's girlfriend is not there. She's getting off work late, so guy can't stay long because he has to go fetch girlfriend. And by the time girlfriend is being fetched from work, so it's not as if they can come back and chill. So now I'm meeting friends now, basically. Hi, this is also Milano. Hi, I'm cute in there. You know how men are. How cute in there. I was chata lona. Some chata. Blah blah blah. And then now, there was a guy who was walking around selling watches. Oh my gosh, guys, it's a pity to be honest. But anyway, watch, and it's so cheap. I think 100 rand or 120. Very nice, and it was very nice magnetic watches. Watch like a Royce gold watch. It was big. That's why I was trying to start the price, but I mean, it was very nice, and I was like, okay, watch him. And then Rens was gonna have an event. Rens was gonna have an event 2 weeks from then, like those first don't. And he was like, and he's been nagging me, let's go to this don't I see him and event don't. So I'm like, hey, I'm funny, man. And he's like, I'm a sambe, man, masambe. You'll chill with me, or bring your friends, blah, blah, blah. Then I was like, okay, no, I'll think about it. And it's like, no, don't think about it. Don't tell go my ticket. Yeah, well, Nyani, he goes and gets these tickets. Mind you, this event is in like 2 weeks from now. So I'm just like, yo, so clearly every day. Okay, fine. We chill, we drinking, we see Kumandi. It's lovely, shame. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay. Guy drops me off at my place. He leaves Nakona, no funny business. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should give this guy a chance. So I'm like, okay, so Mila, maybe this is it. Just go with it. Maybe you should just give this guy a chance. Yani, that Thursday I need to go to work tomorrow. Yana go to work and so forth. Now, on our way to Rand's, we were speaking and he was telling me where he was staying before where he stays now, and just get to know you situation. And then he's like, now he starts mentioning people that I know. Yeah, well, and okay, let me just explain something quickly. I have brothers. I have friends who have became brothers in my life. I have Snekaya, I have and people that are subscribed and watch my videos, you would have seen Snekaya. You would have seen Snekaya before. I have Uzweli, which is Snekaya's little brother. Now he ukona in one of the vlogs, but you guys will meet them eventually. We will have like videos with them, right? So this guy brings up Snekaya. So I'm like, and he's like, yeah, no, we used to stay in the same complex. No. Okay, Snekaya stayed in Brackenfell, and in Brackenfell there was a group of guys. They will call themselves Brackenfell boys or something. There was a group of guys there, right? And then those group of guys chilled together. So now, yeah, he was in that group, yeah, and now Uzweli by default has to be part of the group because it's his little brother. Little brother has his own friends, basically. And if Snekaya is not with that Brackenfell group, he's with Uzweli and the other cliques that they have created. You see, I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so he mentions them. So I'm telling him, I'm like, oh my gosh, what are the odds? No, don't Oni. Those are my boys, this is my family now. And he's like, yeah, no, those are my friends. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna ask them about you. You see, ask them about you. No, don't Oni. Oh my gosh, such a small circle. Blah blah blah. Sure. So I had that playing in my mind. And my man, like, Uzweli and I are close when it comes to emotions, boyfriends, girlfriends, how are you, well-being. We speak about that. Snekaya is more of the needy, not needy, when I need him, like, I need to go from here to here, this and this and this. So the handyman, Snekaya. The emotions, Uzweli. So when I want to speak, when I'm feeling down, I just want to speak to a brotherly, I speak to Uzweli. When I'm just like, oh my gosh, I just bought a couch, I need it moved, Snekaya. So that's how these two come into my life. So Uzweli and I have been speaking. Uzweli have updated him about Gqeberha. One, and we go through. I was like, yo, he did this. I sent him the conversations that we were having, all of that to just a reassurance, and he was just like, he's a dick, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so Nyani. So I tell myself, listen, I am going to speak to Uzweli and Snekaya about this guy. So I just know by Tindele guy, because and I'm phony, yo guys, it's so weird. And I'm phony, ne? But I'm just like, ding a pause, just do I know the pause was sana candy, yo. So Nyani, I miss him. Shame, I miss him from the Thursday. I miss him that whole weekend from Friday to literally just miss him. He would call and I wouldn't pick up, and I'll come back 2 hours later on some sorry, I was busy with something, but I still can't pick up the phone. I was just acting weird. Okay, fine. And I forget, and then it slipped my mind, you know, yobuza ababayithu, ne? Then I think it was a Monday or Tuesday, I'm not quite sure. I tell Uzwel, I'm like, hey, I met this guy. No. Oh, he's like, Aibo, you quiet, yabo, be quiet. What's up? What's happening? I haven't seen you. He calls me little sister. Haven't seen you, little sister. Haven't seen or heard from you, little sister. What's the steez? So I'm like, yeah, okay. I've been meaning to actually text you, yabo. I met this guy. No, I'm lying. Uzweli knows there's this guy that I met, ne? Because when I was updating him about Gqeberha 1, I told him I met another guy, but Uzweli knows of a guy, doesn't know who he is. So now I'm updating him, but hey, I went to rants with this guy, and your name popped up, yabo. And then he actually knows you guys. He was like, who's that nigga? He's like, who's that? Yabo. Okay, cool. I tell him the name. Biggest mistake. Yeah, I tell him the name. I'm like, Gqeberha Elizabeth, name and surname. And then he's like, and then Uzweli sends me a screenshot, and he's like, you mean this guy? Yeah. Guys, when I tell you, there's a screenshot, Kuku's believe an app, and then Kuku picture a guy. Now, the picture, it's the worst picture anyone can ever take. It's the picture. He was, because Uzweli was like, you mean this Gqeberha? It's la picture. Hi guys, it's a lady. Hi guys, if ukhona umuntu omaziyo lo bhuti igama lakhe ngubani una ngaphi uthathe imali yam. Thathe imali yam akafuna uyibuyisa tonto. Hey, a long ass story about sahamba sati, and then they got to KFC, ubhuti wathi makabhatala. Finye sento se-scam, se-fraud, se-bukubhanqa lento, yava? And I'm just like, what the fuck, Zweli? And then Uzweli, aphela insini Uzweli. And he was like, yima boy. Uthi ngulo. Wathi, in fact, khabuza utasne because utasne chomi yakhe. Usinekhaya une-tendency yokulala in the evening, and then wakes up ezinzukulwini zobusuku, like in the AMs, and then he works. So by the time Zola and I are speaking, we're probably speaking around 7-8ish PM. So I text to Snekaya, and I'm like, yes, Snekaya, I know this guy and this guy. I'm currently seeing this guy and this guy. But he mentioned you. I just wanted to know, but uyamazi na. I don't know why the music is playing so loud, guys. I'm so sorry about that. If you guys can actually hear it. Uyamazi na. Yo! Ay, yapine any mess. Yava? Watu usnekaya. Oh no, I didn't say uyamazi. I said, this guy says he knows you. No, don't. He's courting me and whatnot. Should I go ahead with him? Hell no. I can't break it down. Point 1. Yo, guys, it was a mess. I was left there on some. He was like 1.1. No, he sleeps with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Sekaya went in deep. Sekaya went in and he was like, listen, if you haven't slept with him, don't sleep with him. If you have, I hope you used a condom. He was like, akakhala noba umhle, akakhalanga noba umbi, ukuba unekukuyalala now. So he goes in, he says all these points. He says his points. He's like, he's an Uber driver. He's fake. He was a soccer player. He thinks he's still a soccer player. He was a soccer player growing up. He's some retired. Yosnikaya says all these things. Mind you, the things that Usnekai is saying are things that this guy was telling me about himself. Like, no, I used to play soccer and don't, but he still plays soccer in those don't fields that is alive. Yeah, but so Usnekai says all of these things, and he was like, no, he lives this fake life. Don't. Yay, guys. And I'm sitting there like, what? I'm sitting there like, what? I'm so glad like I didn't pursue this. Yabo. And he was like, no, ufuna, and like he was mentioning the people that are around this area, but ufuna abantwana nje apha, I'm sure if you would go outside ukwazi igama lakho uzokwaziwa type of thing. Fine. I was like, okay, no, thank you. Courtship boy. I can't. Yabo. Uzweli ndibuyele ondithumele zonke ezi messages to Uzweli ndithi nangu ke uthe uta wakho yo Uzweli aphele insini, and he was like, hayibo this nigga yichomi yakhe nje lena yichomi yakhe nje lena why ezamveza kangaka ntoni. So I was like, no, uncedile. Okay, so long story short, and then I started mising him too, because I'm just like, no. And then he would drunk call me on some. Then what I did? You know what I did? Do you know what I did? I sent him a screenshot, Sake. Because like, firstly guys, that thing was posted on Facebook. So I was like, I could have accessed it anywhere. Wati, oh, is this why you've been quiet? I'm a Lindomazana. He does all of that. He's trying to defend himself. So I was like, no, don't worry. Don't even defend yourself. I told you most about my brothers know you. So I spoke to them, and they are content about Funited. And when you said to me about Usnekaya knows you like and he's one of the people who was just like, no. So it's a no from me, my guy. Sorry. And he was like, no, I understand. Clearly, I sent him like hell no, Usnekaya. That's and he was like, no, I understand about why you were so distant with me. I understand fully, so me like, no, it's fine then. I would never be able to convince you otherwise. No. I hope you understand that I loved you. Yeah, I tell this very money, some breakup, no, I loved you. I wanted nothing but the good thing for you. Don't. Do enjoy your life. Amazed Kwalenda. I was like, these are the reasons why I needed to understand Banlo. I'm not saying akufuni mina kanti unezigigaba. Wafika sasifaka emntweni ndimkhuphe ndithi MCM kanti ubimali zabantu. Hayibo. Andikwazi udityaniswa naloo nto, guys. I cannot. So that's what happened to Gqeberha point 2K, guys. He was a fraud. He was some Facebook fraud. Ekustwa ngicela nincede guys, imali yam, thathe imali yam nobhuti. Imagine. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe to this video. Till next time, thank you very much for watching.